What's up, YouTube? What's up, Foundation? It's me, your big partner, Cartoon One. Man, I'm back again, homie. This ain't story time. This here's I don't know, infomercial time, I guess. I don't know. But listen here. I've been on YouTube for now almost a year. I've been telling stories all the time, all the time. You know what I'm saying? At one time, I was putting them out 2-3 times a day, and until it trickled down to I was putting them out at least once a day. The stories are good. People like the stories. They want to hear the stories. I don't mind telling the stories. I got a whole lot more to tell. But it's getting to the point now where, and I can tell the stories, but until it's telling the stories all the time, sometimes you just got to enlighten the people to what they want to know when they get in my comments. A lot of people ask me questions, and I got to start letting them know about what they want to know when they ask these questions. I got to start making videos about what they want to know, especially when I get an abundance of questions on the same thing. Okay, now it's time for me to answer them, which is what I'm gonna do today. Get a lot of questions. People want to know and want to ask about certain people in certain places in prison. Not places, but they want to know about, are the people in prison the same in prison as they were on the streets? Basically, that's what they want to know. Okay, so now what it comes down to, I've been to a lot of prisons in different states, and you've been around, you on the streets with a lot of dudes who got these big name reputations. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about go for bad, go for tough. You know what I'm saying? Known for, destroying, liquidating, eviscerating, annihilating, just, just making people come up missing. People that are known on the streets to not be messed with, to not be touched. You know what I'm saying? Stay out their way, run. Basically, the boogeymen. You had a lot of boogeymen on the streets. But when they hit them yards, they not boogeymen no more. I've been in jail with a lot of dudes. A lot of times when I see them, as the years go by, I might meet a guy and be like, "Oh, okay, homie, we be talking." Now I know his name. He might let me know his name, who he is. And I'm like, "Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? I heard about this dude on the street. I heard about this dude on the streets." You know what I'm saying? He was on his side of town, whether it be east, west, north, or south, just wrecking shop, tearing stuff down. This that dude they was always talking about. But now, as the time goes on, in this prison with him, you looking now, you know what I'm saying? Prison's like a fishbowl. Fishbowl, a fishbowl is a big old glass bowl with water, and you fish it, and everybody around is looking into this bowl. So basically, what that's saying is, you in the fishbowl now. Everybody in this prison, everybody around you, is watching everybody else. That's what you do in prison. We watch each other. We see each other. You watch your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. You have to be vigilant. You have to be aware of your surroundings. So therefore, that means and entails you watching everybody around you, what they doing, how they move, and you learn people's movements. You learn people's style. You know what I'm saying? You look, you listen, and you learn. Okay, so eventually that means that everybody's in a fishbowl because somebody's watching you at all times. So now, therefore, you gonna see the same people in here, in jail, in prison, that you heard about on the streets. But now, a lot of times, you can say, some people can say sometimes, some people can say a lot of times. Not all the time. You can say, you can go all the way up to most of the time, a lot of the times, or just some of the times. Not all the time. You see these dudes on the yard with you now that had these killer monsoon, these Sasquatch of earthquake, earth-shaking reputations on the street. Now they in prison, and that's not who they are anymore. That's not who they are anymore. No longer. They have a saying. They have a saying in prison. And you got to check them guns in at the back gate. You got to check them guns in at the back gate. You can't bring your gun into prison with you. You can't. No, my friend. Prison is a world where you don't have a gun. Prison is a world where now you have to stand on your 10 toes. Prison is a world now you have to show if the reputation you had on the streets is real. Because people going to hear about it, they going to know about it, and now people going to test you. People want to know, is it real? You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people that are in there that are really about that life. And now here you come in, they heard about you out there. Now they going to see if you about that life because they know they about it, but see, they don't think you about it no more because you ain't got that gun. They want to see if you going to do this. And a lot of these youngsters of today, It don't be the same, homie. It just don't. See, in the prison world, you can almost say you solo dolo now. You got your homeboys in there that you might have ran the streets with. You got your homeboys in there that might be from the same projects that you. You got your homeboys in there that might be from the same set or gang, whether it's Crip, Blood, Disciple, Vice Lord, whatever, that are in there with you. Yeah, you got that. But it's not the same anymore. Because even though you might have all that in the prison with you, there ain't no guarantee that all these people that you associated yourself with on the street got hard. It ain't for certain that all these people that are in here with you now that you knew from the street care about you like that anymore. Because see, prison changes your mentality. Prison changes your way of thinking. Prison changes your perspective on life. Your priorities shift. People change. People change. There is no one that goes to prison and does a significant amount of time and they stay the same as they were before they came in. No, my friend. No, it don't happen like that. People change, and they will change on you. When I say people change, some change for the better, some change for the worse. Some change and become degenerate. Some change and just let their lower, baser instincts take over. You know what I'm saying? The same dude that you was in the car with on the streets, when you riding around with them choppers across your lap, full of them pills, full of that lean, full of whatever type of intoxicants that you were full of on the streets when y'all was riding around listening to that rap music, them same ones, you might catch a case, or they might catch a case. Now they've been gone 2-3 years. Now here it is, finally, you catch a with them, because if you remain doing the same thing you were doing when you were with them on the streets, eventually you gonna join them in there. Yeah, oh yeah. Eventually you gonna join them in there. They just beat you up in there by a couple of years. But now here it is, sometimes when you come through the gate and you see them, they ain't the same person. You know, they are not the same person. You know, I see some dudes, they be bewildered. They come to the prison years later, and some of they big homeboys that they heard about, that they looked up to, that they worshiped on the streets. They see them years and years and years later. They come through the door in prison, and the same dudes got a laundry bag skirt on. The same dudes got a Kool-Aid on their lips for lipstick. The same dudes being brought out their cell late at night so they can go to the shift office and tell everything they know. The same dudes can't even go to the commissary and catch store because somebody in there taking their stuff now. The same dudes gotta be they in the TV area, won't even open their mouth during football season because everybody know that they a coward. Everybody know they scary. And if they get too loud, somebody gonna key in on them and call them out their name and tell them, man, shut up before I come back there and slap you. Yeah. That's what you will see. Not saying it's gonna happen all the time, but that's what you will see a lot of times. Now you like, what? You know what I'm saying? These were some of the same guys you looked up to on the street. These were some of the same guys you rode around in the car with on the streets when you was doing that dumb stuff, when you were doing that stupid stuff, you know? So back to like I was saying, you got to check them guns in at the back gate, homie. You got to be willing to put your paws up, or you got to be willing to put that iron in your hand. Everybody don't have it in them to put that iron in their hand and go out and shove 12 or 8 or 10 or 5 or 6 inches of steel into another man's neck, into another man's eye, into another man's chest, into another man's stomach, into another man's spleen or kidney, back. They ain't got it in them. Man, I've seen a lot of dudes put that knife in their hand and they shaking like a snitch at a gangster party. They so scared. I've seen dudes, get the knife put in their hand and they shaking so hard they just drop the knife. And the first thing they say, man, I ain't about that. Man, I can't do that. Man, I don't want to do that. I can't do that. A lot of times the first they know holler, man, I don't want to catch no more time, man. Man, I'm trying to go home. I'm trying to get out. I don't want to catch no more time. Oh, you don't want to catch no more time. Where was that attitude when you was full of perks and full of everything else on the streets, when you run around high out your mind in the car 4 deep, acting a gosh darn fool? You wasn't thinking about that. See, they ain't thinking about that. So, a lot of this is directed to the youngsters, man. To the youngsters. If you can, stop while you're ahead. Stop now. Because, man, once you get behind them bars, once you get in there, man, don't nobody care nothing about you like that for real no more. Eventually, as the years go by and eventually as the time goes by, people are going to drift off into the sunset. Your homeboys going to forget about you. They ain't going to go on about their business. The little chicken head female that you was running with who professed she loved you and you thought she loved you. No. She's somewhere in an alley in a car giving one of your same homeboys that was riding in the car with you when you was acting a fool some head. She done found her someone else. In some cases, she done found her another she. The letter stop. The acceptance of phone calls stop. All that. And the only thing you got left now is mama. The same mama that begged you. Stop. The same mama that asked you all the time, baby, look, please do something different. Please leave them boys alone. But you didn't. You couldn't. You wouldn't. You want to show you was down. You want to show you was about that life. You had to let the neighborhood know you wasn't no F boy. Now, y'all know what I mean when F boy, y'all know I don't cuss. But anyway, you had to let everybody know you ain't no F boy. Yeah, you have arrived. You here too. You bought that. Yeah, you bought all of that. But soon as they get your little $5 ASS in that prison, somebody gonna eventually make change at you. Yeah, somebody gonna make change at you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You run around with them little bitty pants on that hug your ankles, sagging with your whole behind hanging out, with them little bitty shirts on that show your ribs. You got your Glock on your hip with the extendo with the switch on it. You got all this on the streets. You ain't got that in that jail. You ain't got it in the jail. And I guarantee, unless you really about that life, physically, when you get in there, somebody gonna see about you. Yeah, somebody gonna see about you, man. Somebody gonna see about you. That's why you have a lot of them that might not be a part of a gang. When they get in there, boy, they want to hurry up and join something. They want to hurry up and be a part of something because they scared for real. Now they want the protection. That don't always turn out right. Because if you that scared, eventually the same gang that you join, they watch you too. You could play tough for oh so long, but eventually a situation is gonna come and fall right in your lap where you gonna have to show and prove. Where you going to have to get up and get about your business. You gonna have to barbecue a meal, dude. And you gonna punk the game. You gonna make up excuses. And now the same gang that you done joined, now they looking at you sideways. They looking at you funny. They talking behind your back. Man, this fool a buster, homie. Man, this fool ain't about that for real. Now they gonna turn on you. Now they gonna use you up. Try to turn you to a crash test dummy first. You know, y'all sitting in the cell 4-5 deep, laughing. Y'all might be drinking some prison whiskey or something. And dudes cracking jokes on each other. But now here it is. You laugh a little bit too hard at him. Now in your mind, you thinking, oh man, I'm part of this. I'm one of the fellas. They know you ain't nothing, no. So now you laugh too hard at this one. This one know you a coward, so he finna key in on you immediately. What you laughing at, fool? Huh? What you laughing at, punk? And now he on you. Now you done sobered up immediately. Oh man, what's up? Dang, homie, why you tripping on me? Man, shut up. You that. See, that's the first thing. When he go to calling you a whole bunch of stuff. Now everybody in cell done got quiet and they looking at you. They want to know, man, what you gonna do? Man, disrespecting you, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing. Cause it ain't in you for real to do nothing. Now guess what? You ain't nothing but fresh meat. It's just a matter of time for your whole world in there come tumbling down. But yeah, I see it so much, man. They in these streets, man, they doing everything under the sun. They wrecking shop. Because they tough, they hard. But guess what? When they catch these wild cases, when they just everything that moves. See, for them, that was the easy part. For some people, that's hard to pull that trigger and gun somebody down or gun down a whole bunch of people. For some, that's the hard part. But then you got some, it's the easy part, and it becomes the easy part because they doing it not in their right state of mind. You got a lot of dudes that's gonna go drink, smoke, pop, shoot, whatever they got to do to get their mind right, to be able to go do what they want to go do. Because it ain't in them to do it in they sober straight made of mind. So now they got to get high. Now they got to get out their state of mind to go do this. And then sometimes they'll do it, and by the time they come out they wrong state of mind, and they pop back into their right state of mind, you in the county jail now, buddy, with a cap case. You in the county jail with 4-5 hot ones. One hot one is enough. But now you in there with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hot ones. Here come the tears. Here come the bugging your mama about come get me out. Here come the bugging your baby mama and your girl about getting the money up to get you out. Go get my car. It's over there on such and such. You ain't got no home, what's it called? Because they don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You gone. Okay. They still riding around doing what they do. I promise you, after about 2-3 months, and it really, after that first lawyer visit, man, after about a week or so, after that very first lawyer visit, when your lawyer come to and tell you exactly what the police got on you, exactly what the police are charging you with, and exactly what it looks like, and exactly what you are facing now, when they tell you that life without, or that death penalty, when they hit you with that one, or life alone. See, life, it ain't what it used to be. Life now, boy, they gonna ride you out. But now life without means you never go home again. Now you done came in at 18, 19, 17. You barely know what a girl feel like. Or you might have a child or whatever. But you come in 17, 18, 19, homie. And them folks talk about giving you life without the possibility of parole. They call it LWOP. So now the average person's lifespan is what, 70, 80 years? Young, stupid fools. You coming in at 17, 18, 19, and they just bust your dome with LWOP, with life without possibility of parole. Now you looking to be in prison from the age of 18 until you die at 78, 79, 80. You do the math on how many years that is. You do the math on how much you gonna miss in life. Your kids will grow up to have kids that don't know you. The kids that they have, which are your grandkids, will grow up to have great-grandkids that don't know you. You just forgot about. Mom's gonna die. Pop's gonna die. Sisters, brothers, cousins, aunties, grandparents, they gonna be gone. You not gonna have no one or nothing. The girl you thought you had, gone. You done met a girl in there, married her, and so many years went by, she gone now. And you just in there with a gray beard with a whole bunch of other dudes who in there with gray beards with nothing to show for your life because you want to be a young, stupid dummy when you was young. Because you want to hang with the fellas and show them that you about that life too. Because you had nothing else better to do in life but whatever you're doing that got you in here for this. Yeah. And then, back to the main topic at hand. Like I say, you had these dudes on the street, man, with these ooh-wee reputations. Them same ones, you see them years and years later, man, they straight cowards in prison. They straight cowards. Can't open their mouth, bet not make no noise and be seen, getting punched, socked, kicked, humiliated every day, all the time. But now you see him, you like, dang, man, that's such and such, man, we was on the street, man, that dude did this, and this. He was about this, and this. Man, when he came on the block, man, everybody went in the house. When he was around, man, when the street lights came on, if he was around, wasn't nobody in the neighborhood no more. Because he was the boogeyman on the streets. Man, he's a clown man now in prison. A punching bag. Stop it! Yeah. So you got youngsters out of hear it. Be wise, man. If you can stop now, stop. Stop. Stop before it's too late, man. Stop before it's too late. Do not let these drugs, do not let this silly rap music that they put out nowadays get you to where you fool yourself and trick your whole life away. Them white folks don't care, man. Man, prison like Motel 6, homie, they gonna leave a light on for you. Yeah, they gonna leave a light on because they know you coming. You ain't nothing but a paycheck to them. The more of us they shove in there, the more money they get. We immediately become what they call human cattle. Yeah. The food you eat now every day when you hungry and you want to go to King Wings, you want to go to Burger King, Taco Bell, wherever you choose to go. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to old boy or old girl who got the food truck on the corner, man, and get you some soul food. You ain't getting none of that. None of that in prison. You finna eat food that come out of box that say not fit for human consumption on the side of it. You finna get hard-boiled eggs and a slice of bologna with one slice of bread for breakfast. And don't nobody care if you like it or not, man. Don't nobody care. So now here it is. If the conditions get that raw, you got some real live gangsters and killers up in there, man, that's about that life. Don't care nothing about what you did on the street. Don't care nothing about who you ran.